Hi guys, just a quick preview for Sunday's Wolves game against Southampton away. Disappointing result on Wednesday to go out in the cup. To be fair, the first 20 minutes we just looked disjointed all over the place. Some terrible defending, but we really did bring the game back to Tottenham around the 30th minute all the way through to the 90th minute, bringing back two really good goals from Podence and from Dan Hargraves. So a really good positive to get an outfield goal and actually look at a team that's actually able to score, whereas I know some fans have been really not happy with just a tap-in from Hwang and an own goal. So it's really nice to get some decent goals in, and it was a really good header from Dan Hargraves, really far out, a nice controlled finish from Podence. So really promising. So really, do them two players start on Sunday? I think they've got to. I think maybe Neves and then Donker in midfield. Some people may disagree with Neves due to his recent lack of form and loss of form, but I feel like there's still a quality player there, and we need to give him a chance. And I think maybe with Den Donker partnered next to him, maybe that can work better. And I feel like Den Donker, I think in an interview earlier this week, he said how much he's been practicing his headers and his goal scoring techniques. So I think that's obviously shown in that game on Wednesday, and impressing. I can't remember him ever pressing that high up before, and to get the assist, I think he has to start. And for me, Podence has to start. We saw him against Notts Forest. He's only had two starts, had two goals and two really good goals. So we know how good he was last season when he was fit. If you look at like Arsenal and Chelsea, some of the goals there really taken well, and he's a great player. Almost reminds me of an old Hazard from Chelsea from years back. He's just got that kind of posture and that kind of the way he plays on the ball. He's just a little rocket, isn't he? So I feel like he has to start, and maybe even Hwang. I don't know how we can do that really without going for a back four. I think that's how we really need to look at setting up the team for the future. But Bruno's not long done the press conference, the pre-match press conference, and saying pretty much that he's not going to go to a back four. I think a back four would have been nice, maybe get Podence in that number 10 position, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. And I can't blame Bruno. I don't know if he can trust the defence, trust the players to do a back four. Who would we play? Kilman and Bolly? It would work, but it's risky. I think maybe he's waiting for a January centre back to come in before he goes back to a back four, a really solid, someone like Botman, a really solid player. But fair enough, he's going to go for a back five, so I think Hwang will be on the bench. But I can see someone like Podence and Traore starting on the wings, then Donker and Neves in the midfield, and I think he's going to keep on giving Raiola a chance, which he deserves, to play and get a goal. Maybe Hwang coming in as maybe a substitute for one of the players. Obviously he can play as a striker or he can play as a winger. He's really versatile like that. It's great. But a lot of people upset about Nori being ruled out for 7 days. Now, I didn't think he played as good as some people made out. He was really good on the attack. I think his defence was lacking a little bit. I was in the stadium. I was really close to where he was playing. He's a great player, but I still think we can't rule Marcel out due to one bad game against Brentford. I thought the 4 games before he was really good. Everyone was praising Marcel, saying how good he is. A lot of players were really bad against Brentford, so I don't think you can just say he was terrible and he can't play another game, because if we say that, it's the same for Neves. He was terrible as well, and Cody was terrible, and Saiss was terrible. We can't just knock these players out of the game because they were terrible. Everyone was terrible against Brentford. I think we've got to give him another chance against Southampton, see how he gets on. If he plays terrible against Southampton, then most likely Nori can start the next game. But we've got to give him a chance. But it looks like it's going to be a 3-4-3. And Southampton look good. Armstrong is a strong player, fast player. And looking at some of the stats, I think I heard somewhere that he's up there with Traore for the fastest players. Now, we know what kind of what that can do to our defence, a fast player like that. we could see that with Kane when he ran past our defence, just like a knife through butter, and we scored that goal. We have to be very careful. These are the kind of players that can cause us many problems. So we've got to really approach the game with our eyes wide open, and especially the defence. They need a good pre-season pre-training this week, and really work on the defence. And Cody's really, for me, been off form, and it's unlike him, and so is Sice. So I really look forward to see maybe Bolly start. I think maybe it should be Bolly, Kilman and Cody. I know some people will probably say Sice over Cody, but I feel like he's still the captain and I can't see them dropping him. But that would be my back three: Kilman, Bolly and Sice, and Kilman, Bolly and Cody, and drop Sice. But I was really impressed with Ruddy as well with the cup, but I still think Sar's the better option. Not so much because he's the better keeper for saving shots, because Ruddy is unbelievable, but I just feel like his distribution, Sar's is amazing. It's almost like an extra outfield player. The way he runs out, the way he passes the ball, you could see with Ruddy, he's a really good goalkeeper, but some of his kicks out, I think one of them he messed up and he nearly gave them a goal. He seems to kick the ball a lot out of his hands, and Tottenham are winning those goal kicks. You really can feel the difference when Sar's there and you watch him and he's able to pass the ball out and perfect passes to some of the players. So I feel like Sar is a better keeper for distribution, definitely. But for me, what do I think the score's going to be? I'm going to go 2-1 to Wolves, just because I think if we play Podence and we play Dendoncker, we will look like almost like a different team, a bit more precision with the headers and with the shots. Dendoncker looks evil at the moment headering. It was an unbelievable header, and he said openly, as I say last week, he's been practicing them. So I feel like we've got a real chance of getting some decent outfield goals, which we haven't got previously, and maybe bring Kawong in a little bit earlier. See how Raul's getting first half. Maybe bring him in 60th minute, something like that. Give him a good half an hour.
Hi everyone, Dan here, Southampton fan. The guys have asked me to come onto the channel to give you all a bit of insight on all things Saints going into our game at St Mary's on Sunday. For me, it's a big game already. I hate calling games must win at this stage of the league campaign, but I can't argue why it wouldn't be. We're winless in the league so far after 5 games, but have drawn our last 4. Most of them, I would say, or to be honest, all of them, there were definitely chances to go and win them. But if you look at the teams that in those 4 games, good teams, really good teams, and I think they're good results. Away at Man City and at home to Man United in particular were very, very good results. Keeping a clean sheet as well on the weekend at the Etihad was a massive deal for us. And yeah, I think overall Saints fans are reflecting on the start positively. We're in the round of 16 for the Cup as well. 8-0 against Newport and 2-2 against Sheffield United. We beat them on penalties the other night. So yeah, I think everyone's a bit more positive after the first handful of games, because in the summer there was definitely a lot of doom and gloom, or expectation for doom or gloom, I should say, in the sense that we'd obviously had a shambolic second half of last season. We were the worst team in the league from January onwards, and yeah, there were fears that we were going to be having a relegation battle. Not a lot of money in the club at the moment, so the transfer window, we were never going to spend big. We were going to have to go and find bargains. But I think the recruitment for, the money we had has been very good. We signed Tino Livramento for £5 million from Chelsea. Unknown right back, he's 18 years old, starts at Everton and has a blinder of a first 60 minutes and has played every league game so far. The kid's unbelievable. I'm already worried about the big names that are going to come swooping in for him come the summer. We've signed Adam Armstrong as well. He's had a decent enough start, still getting accustomed to the Premier League, of course. And then you've got, your typical James Ward-Prowse, Shea Adams. Obviously, we had to replace Yannick Vestergaard. We signed Lyanco, who's a Brazilian centre-back from Torino, but the long-term replacement was always going to be Mohamed Salisu, who I think he actually made his debut against Wolves in the FA Cup last season. He's been fantastic, top 3 players for me so far for Southampton. So all in all, it's been a positive start, but of course we're winless still. and we really need to get that first win under our belts. We've got a relatively favourable fixture list coming up in the next handful of weeks. So to get a win would be good. We could start a bit of momentum. Wolves, I'll always back Wolves as a good side. I think they've got some cracking players. Obviously, at the moment, it's a transitional period for you guys with a new manager. You know, we've been there before. It just takes patience. But I'm looking at it and thinking it's a good opportunity for Southampton to get first 3 points. Probably our best chance to get a win so far this season, looking at the teams we've played so far and the fact that it's at home. So in terms of a score prediction, I think I'm going to go 2-1. I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet. But I think we'll just about have enough to see it through. I do think it will be a tight game though. I don't think either side will be bashing one another. I could see it being a draw. I'd be quite surprised if we lost the game, to be honest. But yeah, I think it's going to be close, and I really hope Southampton can win it, because then it will really kickstart our season. In terms of a predicted lineup, I would go Alex McCarthy in goal. I think it will be definitely Tino Livramento at right back, and then a back two pairing of Mohamed Salisu and Jan Bednarek, with Jack Stevens now out for 10 weeks, which is awful news for us. He had a really good start to the season. And then left back is a strange one at the moment. It could be it could be Roman Peru, who we signed as Ryan Bertrand's replacement, or Kyle Walker-Peters has been playing there a bit and had another good game. You know, with Tino Livramento coming in, Walker-Peters has kind of lost his spot almost, which was really surprising because Carl was one of our better players last season. So it could be one of the two. I'm going to say it's Perot. He had a good game at Sheffield United in the Cup midweek. Midfield pairing, of course, Oriol Romeo and James Ward-Prowse as always. On the flank, Stuart Armstrong's still injured. He hasn't played yet this season. I'm going to say it's going to be Nathan Redmond and Musa Djenepo. And then up front, Shea Adams and Adam Armstrong. It's a decent enough side, but I think Saints fans might ask for Nathan Teller to be starting this one. He's kind of our young, bright prospect, but hasn't really been playing in the Premier League so far. But yeah, that's the team I think will be starting. But yeah, thank you very much for having me. And yeah, up the Saints.
That's it from me, guys. Hopefully get 3 points and hopefully get the win. Bye-bye.